Hey guys, so in the last video we created the user module. Before this video started I basically did the same steps. So I added a new route uh, targeting the idea module, add the states, so load idea success, the effects, there's our app, and internal server, that's because our server is not running, so let's do that really quick. Cd nest, and it's gonna be yarn start dev. Let that run. There we go. Alright, let's just refresh the app now. And home still doesn't have anything. But users we created. And then ideas is what we're gonna go over today. So what I was saying before I got interrupted by my own thing, was that we basically went through the exact same steps. We created the actions for load ideas, the reducers for all of that, which takes in the action of when there's success, and then the effects. So when we load ideas, it triggers load idea success. If it fails, it triggers add error. Okay, so today we're just gonna go over. Oh, and then also I have a simple placeholder just to see that our ideas are actually loaded. Let's actually open up the Redux DevTools so that you can see that in our state, all of our ideas are there. And okay, so what we're gonna go over today is just some performance things that we could do. So currently, all of them are in a it's ideas is loaded in as an array, which when we do CRUD activities, so create, read, update, and delete for each individual one, it'll be really slow because when we click on one, we would have to iterate through the entire list to find that one. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn this into a hash map, the identifier being the ID, and in Angular or in NgRx, it's called an entity. So let's just make that type really quick. So in models, we're gonna make, screw it, I'll just do it this way. We're gonna make an entity file. And we're just gonna export interface entity, give it a generic. And this is, let's see, ID is gonna be of type string, and the thing is gonna be whatever we give it. So this is basically the object that we're gonna create, and it's very much like how a database works. Instead of looking up the idea by an index, we look it up by the ID. So basically how these things are generated. So ideas slash this will give us this specific idea. And all we need to do is go into our state, I believe, and we're going to change a couple things. So ideas is no longer an array. It's going to be an entity of type idea. And let's import this. And that comes from, yes. That's fine. I'm going to put it up here. And that should break our app, actually. So, or not. No, yeah, it is. This is actually what I wanted to see. So we need to fix this. So, alright. So, let's see. Idea states, ideas, reducers. So no, now this is wrong. So an empty entity is going to be an empty object. And this is the payload's still correct, but before we return it, we're gonna, what's the word? We're gonna reduce the ideas. So let's see, what's it? Const ideas equals to action.payload, which is the array of ideas, and we're gonna use the reduce function, which takes in the accumulator and the current index. I'm just gonna, what did I call it? Did I call it I? Just idea is fine. Okay, I'm gonna do this. So, a quick tip to do a one-line lambda function to return an object, you just wrap it around with parens. Anyways, so let's see. So we're gonna return everything, and then idea.id is gonna be equal to idea. And then for the default value of the accumulator, I'm gonna set it to, let's make sure I get the right paren, to state.ideas. And then here, I'm just gonna return ideas with the shorthand. So this is ideas is equal to ideas. This one up here. This one. Okay, so our reducer is now compliant with our state over here. I guess I didn't say that. And let's see. That means that the next thing to do is, what is this? Component.ts. Right. Our component. But first, before we get there, let's look at our state. So ideas is now looks like this. So every ID leads to the idea that it's associated with. And then I guess comments is on here too, so cool beans. Cool. So obviously this breaks our UI, so we need to fix that. And there's a thing that I've been that I haven't used as much in NgRx, which is the selectors. So let me see if I remember. Where did I think the root app. So this is basically the selectors. The state, we're gonna select state.error, and state is always the root app. So if you want to type this, it would be app state, like so. And that's where you get the errors. And I generally don't like using selectors, mostly because I come from a React background, so this is pretty straightforward to me. But in the case of entities, where we want to turn the hash map back into an array, I think it is a good idea to use a selector. So let's do that. New file. Idea.selector select. Is it OR? Yeah, it is. And let's see. We're gonna export select idea state, which is create feature selector of the idea state, and the idea state is named ideas. Yeah, it's plural. And what this is doing is basically store.select ideas, or not ideas, state.ideas. So from the root, it's selecting this one right here. um, which is pretty straightforward, but we need this because NgRx gives us another function that is called, let me just do this, it's called create selector, which, if you're familiar with functional programming, this is basically a compose. So it's gonna do, we're gonna feed in state dot, or this, and then we're gonna feed in idea, or something like that, where this state is this, and this state is the root of our application. Okay, so in here, we're gonna first do select idea state, and then next, with the idea state, this one is called idea state. Select all, oh, that's the wrong one. Idea state, there we go. We're gonna change it back into an array. So we're gonna return, let's do this. I'm gonna destructure ideas from the idea state. And then optionally you could add the type of ideas through destructuring, like so. It's gonna be entity of idea, and then we're gonna return object.keys ideas.map ideas ID. Oh. There we go. So we still have our hash map, but in here we're gonna easily fix the selector in the component. Instead of this is still correct. So instead of doing state is equal to state.ideas.ideas, which is also by naming convention, this is kind of confusing. We're just gonna do what did I call it? Select all ideas. Select all ideas, like so, and we save. Everything is back to normal, and our state still holds the ideas as a hash map, but we could iterate it through it with an ng4 as if it was, or because in this component it is an array. Okay. While I'm here, and I think this is a somewhat of a short video, I'm just gonna style this for you. So let's see, how did I style this? Gonna change this p card here to a div. Okay, and then in here we're gonna do, actually, I have a better idea. So I'm just gonna make an inner component. I should have left that running. Oh well. Ng C, and where are we? Features, idea, ideas. Man, I'm really bad at naming things. I'm just idea in the module of features idea. So like so. And in here, we're gonna do app idea, which is fine. And remove the test, of course. All right. So let's see. For each idea, we're gonna display things a little differently. So, of course, we're going to use the prime ng card. And then in here, I'm going to do ideas, anchor tag, with the I dots fa angle up, idea dot upvotes dot length minus idea dot downvotes dot length or 0, and anchor tag again, I dot font awesome, font angle down, let's have an h2 here. Class, I'm going to give it idea headers. Oops. Idea dash headers. Let me get rid of these S's. In here, this is going to be the title, which I named idea. So, should probably work on naming things better. This is going to be a paragraph tag. Class here is going to be idea.description. And in here is the description, which I named correctly, so description. And finally, this is going to be idea footer, which I'm just going to have created by idea author dot username on, oops, not this, on idea dot created, and we're going to pass it through the date pipe. And then finally we want to display the comments. Or not actually the comments, but just the amount of comments. And that's going to be inside parens before we interpolate it. Idea.comments.length or 0. Alright. Okay, so this is going to be each individual idea. So in here, when we do an ng4, we're actually going to loop through app idea. This selector's over here, so yep, that looks right. And let's see, believe that's everything. Oh, and then of course I need to update the styles. So the SAS file opens up. And I didn't go too crazy on this, so on the prime ng card, I'm just going to give extra margin. Dot idea is going to be display flex. Header is going to be margin left of 1 rem, and votes. And of course I did this ahead of time, so CS is mostly trial and error for me, so just it would be a lot more annoying if this was on like live or whatever, because it'd just be me flipping back and forth in the browser. Align items, center, and then inside of idea votes, we want the font size of 1.5 rem. And then what else do we have? We have description, which were those paragraph tags. Margin bottom, I'm going to give 0.5 rem. And finally, the footer, which is also display flex. Justify content, space between, and I feel like I forgot votes. Where was it supposed to be? Oh, okay. Idea votes. Gosh. There we go. Alright. Now I just need to serve it again. And I believe everything should go well. The observables are correct. Select is good. It's good to go. I should also unsubscribe from this dot source. So let's. No, I'm using the async pipe. So not here, but here we're using the async pipe. So we should unsubscribe automatically. So there's no memory leaks. So if we just do a refresh. Wow, that does not look right. What is wrong? Upvotes of undefined. Cannot read upvotes of undefined. That is strange. I must have spelled it wrong. Let's see. Upvotes. See, idea.upvotes. Wait a minute. Let's see. Idea.upvotes.length. Why is it .length? Those are actual numbers. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna get rid of these two. I think. It's still blowing up. What is this? Cannot read upvotes of undefined. That's really strange. I'm just gonna. Oh, did I forget to? Oh, wait. Of course. That's why. It's undefined because I never fed it in. So let's do that. And inside of this component, it's just called idea. And this is going to be a type idea. So in the outer component of ideas, this will just feed in idea equals to idea. I believe that would work. Yep, there we go. So there's our nice little ideas. We have the comments set up, we have this, and we have the upvotes and downvotes. We just need to trigger those events. So in the next video, we'll actually start doing CRUD stuff. Might maybe have a little edit button up here or something if you're the author. But yep, this is the app. Basically, we're just gonna finish it up in the next couple of videos, and I'll see you guys next time.